The primary endosperm nucleus. So full form of PEN. Primary endosperm nucleus. Fine. Okay. So primary endosperm nucleus will get converted into endosperm. Okay. So now primary endosperm nucleus is formed after double fertilization. So after fertilization, you'll find the formation of pen. So this two nuclei which is present at the center, so that cell will be called as central cell. Okay. So before fertilization, okay, so this is called as central cell before fertilization. Okay. Before fertilization, before the male gamete will come and join in. Okay. So that time it is called as central cell. Okay. So first it will be called as central cell before fertilization. Okay. So when before the fertilization will occur, but after fertilization there will be transfer of one gamete here. Okay. So this is called triple fusion. Okay. So apart from triple fusion, so we call this cell as, okay, now it is called as primary endosperm nucleus. So this will get converted into this pen, primary endosperm nucleus. Okay. So in short, it is called as pen. Okay. So primary means the first formed cell is called as primary endosperm nucleus, and the genetic composition of that will be 3N. So three nucleus will be present inside. So genetic composition will be 3N in number. Okay. So first formed cell after triple fusion. Okay. So triple fusion is nothing but, so one male gamete will fuse with central cell. So that is called as triple fusion. Okay. So first cell which is formed, pen. Okay. After fertilization. So this is called after fertilization. Okay. So after fertilization we call it as primary endosperm nucleus, which is 3N in number. Okay. Now this primary endosperm nucleus, okay, so whatever you see in between one single cell, once it is formed, so it will multiply its number. Okay. Now there is single cell, it is present at the center. So this will multiply and occupy this area. Okay. So this will multiply and all the cell will have three nuclei. Okay. All will be triploid, 3N. It's not that only one cell will be triploid, but all the cell which is dividing, so everyone will be 3N. Okay. So this will occupy the whole area. It will multiply. Okay. Because one cell will not be able to provide the nutrition for this zygote. Okay. So after fertilization, this will get converted into zygote after fertilization. Okay. So this cell will get converted into zygote. So one single primary endosperm nucleus cannot support that zygote. Okay. Yeah. That function is to provide nutrition to embryo. Yes. Okay. So this single cell primary, this one cannot provide nutrition to the zygote. Okay. So first what it will do, it will try to multiply its number. Okay. And during this process, so this antipodal cell which is present here, so they will die. Okay. So they will not be present there. So they will completely degenerate or they will die. Okay. So here synergids also will disappear. Okay. Or they will die after fertilization. So only this zygote and endosperm will remain. Okay. Now when it multiplies, it is called as endosperm. Okay. So you should know when it is called as endosperm and when it is called as primary endosperm nucleus. So primary endosperm nucleus is the first cell. Okay. After fertilization, the first cell at the center. So that is called as pen. Okay. So after when it multiplies and it gives rise to group of cell, then it is called as endosperm. Okay. So don't get confused with the statement. Primary endosperm give rise to endosperm. Okay. So primary endosperm nucleus means only single cell which is present at the center. So that is called as PEN, PEN. So when it multiplies, this whole bunch or group of cell is called as endosperm. Okay. Now this cell can support this zygote, developing zygote inside the seed. Okay. So this structure will find inside the seed. Inside the seed, this structure will be present. Okay. So now at the starting, there will be no chlorophyll. Okay. Or there will be no chlorophyll and no synthesis of food. So that time endosperm will provide the food to this zygote. Okay. So after some time when this zygote develops and one shoot-like structure will come out. Okay. So that time it can carry out photosynthesis. So before that, endosperm only has to provide the zygote with all the nutrition. Okay. So this endosperm will provide nutrition to the zygote. So endosperm function is providing nutrition. So it provides nutrition. Okay. Okay. So there is no chlorophyll in the seed. So that's why endosperm only has to provide the nutrition to the developing zygote. Understood? So first one single cell will be formed after the fertilization. So that is called as PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. So soon this primary endosperm nucleus will divide. So it will multiply and then it forms a endosperm. So function of endosperm is it provides nutrition. Okay. So nutrition will be provided by the endosperm. Fine. So one hand it will form a zygote, on other hand it will form PEN, primary endosperm nucleus. Two male gametes will be there in the pollen grain. Okay. So that will go and germinate the egg cell and central cell. So central cell will get converted into primary endosperm nucleus. Now again PEN will divide by mitosis. So cell division always take place by mitosis. Okay. So mitosis is nothing but cell division. Okay. So this process takes place and finally you have a bunch of cell in the center which can support the developing zygote. Fine. Yeah. So primary endosperm nucleus, okay, will form endosperm. Okay. So till there I stopped last class. Fine. Okay. So primary endosperm nucleus develops into, okay, it will develop into endosperm. Okay. So it will develop into a endosperm. Okay. So function which provides, okay, so which provides nutrition. Okay. So instead of writing provides food, it's good to write nutrition, which provides nutrition to embryo. Then function of placenta. Prithvi Egde, then function of placenta. Okay. Function of placenta. We'll complete the statements which provide nutrition to the developing embryo. Provide nutrition to developing embryo. So I'll just complete this statement. Fine. So later I'll tell what about placenta. Okay. Okay. So placenta. So first you have stigma, style, then ovary. Fine. Yeah. So then this is placenta and attached. Okay. I'll take only one ovule. Okay. So one ovule is attached to the placenta. Okay. Fine. Okay. So this was the first diagram which I have drawn. Then fertilization by two male gametes. So two male gametes will be carried by pollen tube. Okay. So double fertilization will take place. Fine. One will fertilize with egg cell and it forms a zygote, and one with central cell. Okay. So double fertilization took place. So fertilization took place. One will get converted into endosperm. One got converted into zygote. Fine. So till here. Then next step stigma, style. Okay. So these two area will wither off. So I will tell you the sequence of events what take place. Stigma and style will fall off. Okay. it will fall off soon after the fertilization. It will not remain on top of the ovary. Sigma and style fall off. It will fall or it will degrade. Stigma and style. So this is gone. Fine. That is the first step. Then second, what happens is when stigma and style is gone from the flower, so although these petals, they will also fall off. Okay. So side you will have a petals attached to the ovary. So next step is petals will fall. Okay. So second step, petals also gone. Then third, calyx will fall. Okay. Then stalk of the flower, that will remain, that will not fall. Okay. So petals is gone. Then calyx also is gone. Okay. So everything is gone. Just the stalk of the flower will remain, and stigma style also will go after fertilization. So nothing will remain. Only this portion which is present here. One second. Okay. So only the portion which is present here. Okay. This stalk and it is attached to the ovary. So this is ovary, bulged portion. Fine. Ovary is present. Okay. So inside ovule is present. Okay. And this area, this is present. This is ovule. So inside ovule, embryo sac. Okay. Already fertilization has taken place. So inside you have endosperm and here you have zygote. Fine. So this is okay. So here this area is there, that is called as ovary. Okay. Ovary wall. Fine. So this, it is a time now after fertilization. Okay. So first stigma and style will fall, petals will fall, calyx, that also gone. Okay. Calyx will fall, everything will go. So remaining part is only stalk and ovary in the flower. Now it's time for conversion of flower into fruit. So this is a cycle which takes place in angiosperm. So flower will convert into fruit. Okay. Now it's time for the flower to convert into a fruit. Okay. So now fruit, what happens here? So now this will remain as it is, zygote and the endosperm. Endosperm will multiply in between. So everything will remain as it is. Okay. Yeah. So after fertilization, this ovule which is present at the center, so that will get converted into seed. So inside the seed, you have endosperm as well as zygote. Okay. Zygote is present. So that zygote is nothing but it can give rise to a new plant. Okay. So still it is there inside. So it is still remaining attached to the plant. Okay. So main axis, main plant, mother plant, it will be still attached. So ovary wall. So this ovule now it is getting converted into a seed, and then ovary wall will get converted into a fruit. Fine. So this has converted into a fruit-like structure. Okay. So now example in mango. So same thing. This, imagine this flower that got converted into a fruit. Okay. So ovary which was present here inside, okay, ovule, inside there was ovule, so that will get converted into a seed. So when you eat a mango, inside you will see a seed. So that seed was formed from a single ovule after fertilization. Okay. So this was a ovule. So it was a flower, stigma style, ovary, and inside ovary, ovule. Ovule will get converted into a seed after fertilization. Okay. So this is post fertilization process or after fertilization. After fertilization. Fine. Okay. So inside ovule will get converted into a seed, and this portion ovary wall, so that will get converted into a yellow color fruit. Okay. So this portion you consume when you're eating the fruit. Okay. In mango. So especially this is example of mango. So inside you will have a seed, then outside you will have a fruit. Okay. So this yellow color portion pulp, so this is nothing but this is formed from the ovary wall. So this area is there now. So that portion will get converted into this yellow color what you consume in mango. So inside ovule will get converted into a seed. So after fertilization, okay. So I can write next step, fourth one. Ovule gets converted Okay, ovule converted into seed. Okay, so that will get converted into a seed. Okay, and ovary will get converted into, next step again I can write ovary. Okay, so this portion ovary. Okay, so ovary converted into fruit. Okay, now this is about angiosperm. Okay, but in gymnosperm this area is absent, so there is no ovary in gymnosperm. So directly the ovules are attached to the sporophyll. So there will be a stalk-like structure like this, and in gymnosperm there is no ovary and all. Direct ovule will be attached to the this sporophyll. Okay, so directly pollen grain comes, it will fertilize this ovule. So there is no fruit formation in gymnosperms. Okay, because ovules are directly exposed outside, but in angiosperms ovules will not be exposed outside. So it is present inside a ovary wall. So two ovary wall, and then some area will be present, and inside that there will be a ovule. Okay, so that doesn't happen in gymnosperm. In gymnosperm ovules will be directly exposed outside to the atmosphere. So fertilization, then there will be directly formation of seed. Okay, so in gymnosperm there will be directly formation of seed. That's why they are called as naked seeded plant without ovary. Okay, in gymnosperm. So this is all about naked seeded, okay, plant. So this is about gymnosperm, but in angiosperm there is a ovary present outside the ovule. Okay, so style, stigma, ovary. So inside ovary you will have ovule. So after fertilization ovule will get converted into a seed. Okay, so till here it's clear. It will get converted into a seed. Okay, so inside seed till now there will be a endosperm. Okay, so endosperm will be till retained inside that seed. Okay, even after ovule will get converted into seed, that endosperm will be present. Okay, so even that zygote will be here only inside. Fine, both the structure will be there inside. Okay, so what usually animals do, they will consume this fruit. So outer layer will be consumed, and they will help in dispersal of seed from one place to another. So when they migrate from one place to another, so they will consume the whole fruit and they will just leave the seed outside. Okay, so seed will be dispersed somewhere. So we also do the same. After consuming the fruit, we'll just throw it outside. Okay, so this seed, it will have endosperm as well as zygote. Okay, now in favorable condition, so what is favorable condition? Light. So appropriate light should be present, then water should be present, then soil. So these factors are enough for germination of seed. Okay, now this endosperm, now since there is no chlorophyll, this is a seed, and inside seed we have a small plant which is called as zygote. Okay, so there is no chlorophyll inside that. So that's why this endosperm will provide some nutrition to this zygote. Zygote will develop into the embryo, and slowly that embryo will develop into a small leaflet. Okay, shoot will come out. Fine. So this process will take place. Fine. So flower will get converted into a fruit first. So after formation of a fruit, inside you will have a seed. So inside that seed you will have endosperm and zygote. So it will be retained forever. Okay, till the favorable condition is there. So till it encounters a favorable condition. So till that seed will wait, and after that it will undergo germination with the help of endosperm. Okay. So endosperm is the main nutrition which will provide the zygote for development into embryo, and then embryo will grow. Okay. So this is the process. So stigma and style fall off after fertilization. So for the formation of a fruit, first fertilization has to take place. Only if fertilization took place, then only fruit will be formed. So if there is no fertilization, no fruit formation. Okay, so fertilization has to take place. Stigma, style, everything has to fall. Calyx, petals, everything will disappear. Then inside you will have a ovule. Okay, So ovule, after fertilization, zygote will be there, and then endosperm will be there. So this structure will remain and be retained inside. Okay. So that will get converted into a seed. So slowly it will get converted into a seed, and this ovary will get converted into a fruit, ovary wall. Okay. So this in mango, what you consume ovary. Okay. The fruit which has a ovary, it is called as a true fruit. Okay. So these kind of fruit which develops from ovary, so they are called as true fruit. So true fruit means which develops from the ovary. So fruit is the part which we consume and we eat. Okay. So true fruit, which is developed from the ovary. Okay. So fruit can be developed from other part also, like this stalk or from the thalamus. Thalamus is nothing but where the ovary will land. Okay. So there is a small part here, thick portion, so which is called as a thalamus. So fruit can be found from thalamus also and from this stalk also. So such fruit are called as false fruit, which does not develop from ovary. Okay. So such fruits are called as a false fruit. So false fruit example is apple and strawberry. So they develop from thalamus or from this part. Okay, from the stalk. They never develop from the ovary. So we fruit which develops from the ovary, so they are called as true fruit. Okay, and fruit which does not develop from the ovary, they are called as false fruit. They develop from other part of the ovary like thalamus and stalk. So from anywhere the food may come. Okay, and the small seed will be present inside. Okay, so seed will not go anywhere. So ovules will get converted into seed, and the ovary will get converted into a fruit. Okay, then embryo and zygote will remain inside only for some time. Okay, for 1 year or 2 year. So if that seed, until it encounters these three factors, light, water, soil. Okay, so till then it will not germinate, and once it gets light, water, soil, after that germination will take place. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so this is about development of fruit. Okay, so endosperm and zygote, so what I told, so that will remain in seed itself. Okay, so it will not go anywhere. So it can remain for more than, so depend on the plant species. So different plant species, so they have their seed which can remain for 10 years, 20 years or 30 years. Okay, so it depends on plant species according to the plant. So that seed will be retained for some time. Okay, so if seed is retained, then embryo and endosperm, so that also will remain inside only. Okay, so they will not go anywhere. Endosperm and zygote, they will remain inside the seed. Okay, so under favorable condition only they will germinate. Fine. Yes. So endosperm which provides nutrition to the developing embryo. Okay, so it will provide nutrition to developing embryo. Okay, so later that after the formation of embryo, sometimes it will develop into embryo or sometime it will remain as zygote. Okay, so next step, the synergids. Okay, the synergid. Fine. Okay, synergids are present side to the egg cell. So these two structures are called as synergid. Okay, so synergids and antipodal cell. This is about embryo sac. The synergids and antipodal cell degenerate. Okay, so they will disappear. So if you look at the embryo sac, you will understand that where is the location of synergid and antipodal cell. Okay, so the synergid and antipodal cell, okay, both the cell. So there are two synergids and three antipodal cell in the embryo sac. Okay, synergids and antipodal cell degenerate after fertilization. Degenerate means degrade. Degenerate after fertilization. Okay, degenerate after fertilization. Fine. So remaining is now egg cell and endosperm. Only two cells will remain after the formation of endosperm. So now female gametophyte, what it does in flower. So first it will try to generate 8 different kind of cell. Okay, 7 different kind of cell. Antipodal cell, central cell, and then one egg and synergid. Okay, so first it will try to form that, and afterwards it will die. So some cells will die, synergid and antipodal will die, but endosperm and zygote will remain. Okay, so some cells will remain and some cells will die. Okay, so synergids and antipodals degenerate after fertilization. So they will degenerate means they will degrade. Okay, degrade or it will disappear after some time of fertilization. After fertilization, okay, so degenerate after fertilization. Fine. Okay, so during this event, okay, so during these events, ovules develop into seed. During these events, ovule develop into seed. Okay, so ovule will develop into a seed. After fertilization, ovule develop into a seed. Okay, fine. So ovule will develop into a seed. Yeah, and ovary will develop into fruit, and ovary develop into fruit. Okay, so ovary develop into a fruit. Fine. Yes. Hence the seeds are said to be covered seeds. Okay, so hence seeds are said to be covered. Seeds are said to be covered. Okay, fine. So this was about ovary develop into a fruit. Yeah, correct. Okay, so this was about angiosperm. Fine. Okay, so formation of embryo sac, then after formation of embryo sac, formation of zygote, then formation of endosperm. Okay, so all these structures will be formed. So then finally there is a formation of seed. Okay, seed will be formed. Okay, ovule will get converted into seed and ovary will get converted into a fruit. Okay, so next is gymnosperm. So gymnosperm was remaining. So now gymnosperm is easy once we know all this information. So in gymnosperm, okay, so next in gymnosperm. Okay, so this was about angiosperm, gymnosperm. Fine. So in gymnosperm, what do we see is sporangium. Okay, so they are heterosporous. Okay, so microspore will be produced in one plant. Okay, so they do not have that ovary. So directly ovule will be placed on the special structure called as sporophyll. Okay, so this supporting structure is called as sporophyll. Sporophyll. So sporophyll is the supporting structure in gymnosperm. So supporting structure is called as sporophyll. Okay, in gymnosperm. So angiosperm is over. Now next is gymnosperm. So in gymnosperm, this supporting structure is called as sporophyll. Okay. So on that top of that micro sporophyll. Okay, or micro sporangium. Microsporangium. Micro means male gametes. Okay, so male gametes are always small. Fine. So microsporangium. So in this male gamete will be present. Fine. Then megasporangium will be present on female plant. Okay, megasporangium. So megasporangium means male gamete. So male gametes will be produced in megasporangium. Okay. So microsporangium means male gamete will be produced. Here female gamete will be produced in megasporangium. So here also same supporting structure which is called as sporophyll. Okay. So on top of that there will be ovules. Okay. So ovule will be present direct. So there is no ovary. Ovary is absent in gymnosperm. Only ovules will be present. So fertilization can take place directly. So microsporangium will produce that male gamete or sperms. Okay. Male gamete will be produced and then directly it will go and encounter the ovule. Okay. So here no this thing. So this ovule will get converted into seed. So direct formation of seed. There is no ovary wall. Okay. So there is no chance of formation of fruit here because ovules are directly exposed outside. So these are ovule. Ovules are exposed. Always they will be exposed outside. Okay. So megasporangium is a term used for female gamete ovule. Okay. And microsporangium is used for male gamete. Okay. Microsporangium and megasporangium. So that is one difference between gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay. Ovule is present directly. There is no outer covering which has ovary. Okay. So ovary is not present outside. So microsporangium, megasporangium. So this is called as heterosporous. So gymnosperms, the gametes are heterosporous. Okay. Heterosporous means they produce two kind of spores, microspores and megaspores. Okay. So male gamete and female gamete. So they produce two different kind of spores, microspores, which is called as microsporangium, and megaspores. Okay. So they are called as heterosporous. And pteridophytes, they are both homosporous and heterosporous. Okay, both. So some plant they show homosporous. So both male and female gametes are same. Okay, so they don't differ in size in pteridophytes. So they can be same or they can be different. Okay, so both male and female spores both are same in size and shape. So they don't show this kind of structure wherein male gamete is small and female gamete is large. Okay, so both will be same in shape and size in pteridophytes. Okay, that is called as homosporous. In pteridophyte it is both. So it may show homosporous or some plants they show heterosporous also. Okay. So they are both heterosporous as well as homosporous in pteridophytes. Heterosporous as well as homosporous. So in some species of pteridophytes, the gametes will be same in size. Okay. So they are called as homosporous, and in some species the gametes will be heterosporous. So one will be small and another will be large. Okay. So both kind of structure is seen in pteridophytes, large as well as small. Okay. Whereas in gymnosperm only heterosporous is seen. Okay. So compulsory you will see both kind of like small and large. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. So gymnosperms are heterosporous and pteridophytes are homosporous as well as heterosporous. They show both kind of structure. Okay. So gametes may be same in size or gametes may be small and large. Okay. Like in higher plants. Okay. So in bryophytes, it is homosporous only. Bryophytes. Okay. Bryophytes homosporous. In algae also most of the gametes are homosporous. Okay. So pteridophytes we find both homo and hetero. In gymnosperms it is heterosporous. Okay. And angiosperms also it is heterosporous. Okay. Because pollen grains are small and ovules are large in size. Fine. So that was about reproduction in gymnosperm. Okay, so this is over. Next is a gymnosperm. So we'll look at the external morphology first and then about the reproductive structure. Okay. Fine. So 1 minute is there. Okay, so till then. So gymnosperm. Okay. Gymnosperm. Okay. So gymnos mean naked. Okay. Gymnos means naked. Naked means there is no ovary. So seed ovules are directly exposed outside. Okay. Then sperma means seed, naked seed. So seeds are directly exposed outside. Okay. So sperma means seed. Okay.